Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to talk about RTO and RPO. So RTO stands for Recovery Time Objective and RPO stands for Recovery Point Objective. So what is RTO? So the definition stands as the maximum allowable downtime for a system or application after a failure before business operations are significantly impacted. So if the RTO for an hour for an Azure VM is 2 hours, the system must be restored within 2 hours after an outage. So the services which supports the RTO is Azure Site Recovery, Azure Backup, and Azure Traffic Manager. Now I'll show you a diagram so that we can understand this RTO much better. Now here I have a diagram for RTO. So what does it say? Let's see. So we have on the left hand side, we have the system failure occurs, right? So this basically over here, this will mark the point where the system will experience a failure such as server crash, network outage, or data center issue. And on the center, this one we have here RTO, which is set as RTO 2 hours. So this is the maximum time allowed to restore the system before it will cause a major business impact. So the timeline arrow will represent this arrows, it will represent the countdown from the failure time to the recovery deadline. And finally, on the right hand side down, we have system restored. So what do we mean by system restored? So this point will indicate when the system is back online and it is in operational hours. So if the recovery is done within the RTO, that is example in 2 hours or less, then the impact on business is minimized. And if the recovery will exceed the RTO, what will happen? Then there can be some downtime issues or customer dissatisfaction. Now, next we look at RPO, that is recovery point objective. So when we talk about RPO, the definition stands as the maximum acceptable data loss measured in time before a failure occurs. So an sample example, if an RPO is 30 minutes, you can afford to lose that last 30 minutes of data, but nothing more. So we have similarly an example. So what's the example? Let's look into it. So we have on the on the left side, we have here last backup. So what this means? So this means this is the last successful backup taken before the failure. And any data that is after this point will be at loss. So it will be at risk of being lost. Then we have here RPO in the middle, RPO. So this represents the maximum acceptable data loss in case of failure. Similarly, and if the RPO is 30 minutes, any data that is generated after the last backup within those 30 minutes, it can be lost. And over here we have system failure occurs. So what this means, system failure occurs. So this marks when the system will actually fail. So any data that is created between the last backup and failure point will be lost as the data will not be backed up. Now, next I want to look up, with the differences of RTO and RPO. So what we have over here, we have RTO's feature focus, so downtime duration. For RPO, it's the data loss amount. And what does it actually mean? So what does the answer for us? So if you have any questions, so how quickly must we recover when we talk about RTO? And in RPO, we talk about how much data is lost is acceptable. So the measurement time to restore service for RTO, and RPO is time of last recoverable backup. And example for RTO will be 2 hours and RPO is only for 30 minutes. So hopefully those two diagrams will help you visualize for an RTO how long an organization can restore operations after a failure while staying within the acceptable downtime. And for RPO, hopefully that diagram will show you how much data loss will be acceptable when we define a backup and disaster recovery strategy. Okay, thank you.
Welcome to LWP Labs. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to view free Azure DevOps live classes. And for more videos like this, please contact the number shown in the description. Happy learning!